Yay.
Hey, yeah. The trials and tribulations of making podcasts,
Yes.
working with technology in ways that it does not want to be worked with is our
Yeah.
life story right now. But in other news, what's up with you?
Not much.
Yeah?
You know, just living life.
Cool, cool. um, uh, Tomorrow is thank God it's Friday, so that's good.
Yeah. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's tomorrow's is thank God it's Friday. Yes. Yeah, not much is up with me. I mowed a lawn yesterday, which is not something
Oh.
I've done, or no, the day before yesterday, which is not something I've done in probably half a decade. Um,
Yeah, me too.
and I gotta say, my review of the situation is, I don't get it. I don't get why people would do it. It's not worth it. I'm like, well, the grass is shorter, but also I'm all itchy and really sweaty, so not a fan. I'm gonna give that a 3.5 out of 10.
Yeah, no, it's not super worth it.
No. I mean, we all know that lawn culture is a capitalistic American scam, but
Yes.
that being said, it's just, the risk reward ratio for that kind of stuff. It just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not that. um, yeah, I guess that's the most exciting thing that's happened to me recently.
Yeah.
Mowing a lawn.
I
I
mean,
li-
all the exciting stuff that's been going on in my life has mostly just been like learning how to program stuff.
Oh, you're
And
a
that's
data
not
rock star.
Yeah, I'm a data rock star now, according to the video lesson that I took for a program called Tableau.
I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself too.
You should
And
be.
the guy in that video lesson was also extremely proud of me.
Yeah.
Like, very, very verbally affirming and kind. And very, like, he talked to the audience as if he was directly talking to an individual person who he thought was just doing a really great job.
That's awesome.
And it was a good experience.
Well, I'm glad you had a positive data experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know all about data now. 1, 2. I can count to so many numbers.
Yeah. Wow. Look at you counting.
I can even associate numbers with other numbers too.
Give me a number association just off the top of your nog.
All right. 1 and 420. Got him.
Nice.
2, 69.
Oh. Nice.
And 3, that's just 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7's a cool number.
Can you figure out the relationship between those 3 numbers?
They're all nice.
Exactly.
Um, I remember in like elementary school, probably kindergarten, I was sat down by a teacher at one point and they were like, okay, you're a 5-year-old, go count to 100. And I'm like, okay, this is a big task for me.
For some reason, I remember when I was a kid and I learned how to count to 100, I was super proud of it and I would just do it sometimes.
I think I had done it before. I'd counted to 100 before, like no problem. But like as soon as I was pulled out of the class, literally pulled away from all the other children, sat down.
Why?
I don't know. I sat down by a teacher and was told to count to 100. I got like tripped up around the 70s.
Was it a punishment?
I don't know. I wasn't.
That sounds like a punishment.
I wasn't paying attention to enough of my like classmates to like register if like they were doing it too, and we didn't like confer afterwards. I don't think I had any friends in kindergarten. I was just kind of I was an island, you know.
Yeah, me too.
Which is fine because I'm 5 and
Yeah.
that's not
You just don't really think about it as much.
Yeah, I'm doing my own thing. I do remember biting a girl in kindergarten though.
Yeah, that was me all the time. I bit kids up until like late middle school.
Oh my god, Kit.
I was a little bit of a freak growing up.
And that's why you're on a podcast now.
Yeah.
Kids who bite people turn out to be podcasters later in life.
That's true. That's a scientifically proven fact.
That's a science fact. Speaking of podcasts, welcome to Fear Baiting, everyone. Your number one Ghost Adventures podcast knockoff in the United States. I'm Blair.
I'm Kit.
Yeah. Sarah will be back next week, probably. But in the meantime, we have returning guest and friend of the show, Kit, back on.
It's me.
It's her. It's Kit. Yeah, I totally, like I said, Sarah usually handles all the pre-show stuff, so I'm all just, like, chilling. So I'm like, I got upcominghorrormovies.com open on my phone. It was down last week, so we just kind of vamped for a while, but,
what's on the list?
Well, there's a movie coming out in 2018.
I would hope so. Got him.
Oh, yeah, geez. Called Our House. It's rated a 5 out of 10, so I don't know how promising.
So there's a 50% chance you'll love it.
Yeah, that's how that works. Or it's half good. Depends on how you want to shake out that.
Our house in the middle of our street.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
There's a Slender Man trailer on the upcoming horror movies website.
Oh yeah, ooh, that's exciting.
And the thumbnail is of what looks like a woman with black worms coming out of her pregnant belly.
That sounds horrible.
Which I'm not exactly sure how that relates to Slender Man, but I guess it's got me interested.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of open space for you to, just like play in it,
It's he's kind of a vague concept, so there's a lot you can do with it.
Yeah. So
we watched Grave Encounters.
Yeah, we did. Yep. We like to have guests pick the movie because I don't have to think about movies then. And Kit was like, "Hey, let's watch Grave Encounters," and I was like, "Fuck yes!" I have not seen this movie in like 3 years probably. Super excited.
Yeah, it's the only movie that I've seen that hasn't been watched on the show yet that is a horror movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is my last one. Next time I'm going to have to watch something I haven't seen before.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting that we haven't watched this one already because it's like a horror comedy found footage. Comedy in heavy quotation marks.
Yeah. It's got jokes-ish.
Yeah, it's not hyper serious. I would say it has more levity than your standard horror movie, or more attempts at levity, I guess. Horror comedy is a big genre for us, and found footage is a big genre for us. And I think this one was like on my back burner to like watch eventually. But I am glad to have watched it. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna say right now, I had fun watching this movie for all of its flaws. It's deliciously stupid. It's a fun, dumb experience.
It's definitely one of those movies that's like, it could be great, but is just good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
And it's still fun.
Yeah, it's still fun.
It's not like disappointingly bad. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah. But we'll get into the more nitpicky stuff when we get into it. But basically, the conceit of this movie is that it's like a Ghost Adventures knockoff, to the point where the host is almost beat for beat Zak Bagans from Ghost Adventures, like in his like print t-shirt and like jacket and whatever. Very much that. So it opens on like an interview with the producer, and it's like the funniest interview shooting I've ever seen in my life, because
just keep zooming in.
It's so fun. Like, every cut is like a new zoom in, like sudden and jarring, and I'm like, okay, that's fine for like the show itself, but that's not how you film interviews.
Yeah, like an interview, it would have just been a static camera.
Right,
but
right.
It's like they just forgot that that wasn't part of the reality TV show.
Yeah, it looks so silly. Basically, the Jerry, I guess his name is explaining. I have the Wikipedia open because I don't remember almost any of these characters' names.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think they like say that guy's name.
Oh, they might have had it on a subtitle on the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, like, introducing this man. He's talking about how, like, I do other reality TV productions, and this one was pretty successful. We had like a handful of episodes out, but then
episode 6,
and then episode 6.
Yeah.
And
he has this whole disclaimer about, like, this is not a movie.
Right.
This is real footage edited only for time.
And I'm like,
I've got news for you, guy.
And I was like, I have a suspicion that he might not be fully serious with us.
Yeah.
He might be lying. Someone would lie to me in a movie?
You really think someone would make a movie just to tell lies?
Right. And then then they play the fucking show intro, and it's his name is Lance Preston, and he's like, I was haunted as a child, and now ghosts, and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
So
I've dedicated my entire life to hunting ghosts.
Which is, again, beat for beat the opening of Ghost Adventures, where he was like,
Yeah.
I was lying in bed and a ghost, and now ghosts forever. And we're like, yes, I love you, Zach.
That's good. And like the first like 30 minutes of the movie is basically them going around the like outside of the mental hospital and interviewing people. And there's a lot of like cuts just before and just after the interviews where they're kind of like, you can tell that they're not taking it seriously. And that stuff is good. Like, they do that pretty well. It's pretty believable that these are people shooting a reality TV show that they're just doing because it's fun and it makes money.
Yeah, totally. They have to pay the poor gardener. First of all, I don't know why they have one, because this place is run down and also heavily graffitied. It's like completely abandoned.
Yeah.
Like, they have to, and they also have like a groundskeeper. I don't understand. That's fine.
There's just a groundskeeper that like makes sure, I guess, there aren't vandals or something. I don't know. I don't know how abandoned buildings work.
But not like this. Like,
hopefully not.
No, it's typically, unless they're like historical sites and then open for like visitors, you know? They're just kind of just left to decay, you know? So a lot of these people and their relationships with the building do not make any sense, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's kind of a nitpick. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
The poor gardener, they have to pay him like $20 to be like, I saw a ghost right over there, and it was super scary. I was like, I like that guy.
It's a very good character. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that where it's just like the groundskeeper, when they first do his interview with him, he's like, am I supposed to look at you or into the camera, or I haven't done this before. It's very good.
Yeah, because like it is all the stuff that you would typically edit around in TV shows, I guess, which I should not be like questioning the choices they made for this movie. If you're going to edit anything for time, why would you not edit that stuff
definitely
for time?
It's not a realistic prompt for them to be like, this is all real. We only edited it for time, and also we kept the first half hour of them just bullshitting around and being assholes.
Right. Right. But they get the history explained of the place. It's not super exciting. It's like, oh, lobotomies. There's this one lobotomy person, and then if there's any place that would be haunted, it would be this one. So the whole thing is that they're going to be put inside and then locked in there until 6 in the morning. And they're just going to poke around. It's, their expectations are very, this is a ghost show. So, like, if you've ever seen anything like that, it's most of it is that in the beginning.
Yeah. It's like, we're just going to make something up if nothing happens, which we expect nothing to happen.
Right, yeah. Let's see.
Then...
Yeah, well, let's see. The cast is, quote-unquote cast. We have Lance Preston, the host, Sasha Parker, the occult specialist is what the Wikipedia article is telling me.
Yeah.
I don't think that ever comes up.
I think it comes up once. They call her that.
Yeah.
In, like, the very beginning when they introduce her to the camera.
Yeah, I don't think it comes up in the plot at all.
Yeah. Well, none of their titles really do.
Yeah. We have Matt White, who's the surveillance operator. Yeah. The cameraman, T.C. Gibson. And then the psychic medium dude, Houston Gray. Who is like the immediately the most unlikable character.
Yeah.
He's got this like leathery face and leathery jacket. Like
just all sorts of leather.
He's just a leathery man. He looks like he smells like really strongly of cologne and pepper,
Yeah,
like
he
just
does.
smells really strongly of black pepper and like noir or something like that, just like something horrible.
And he basically just walks around and like pretends to be doing seances and speaking bullshit, and that's like his whole character.
Yeah. They talk. So
like they tour the place for a little bit and then they lock themselves in, and it's a lot of them just like setting up the cameras and talking about the cameras that they're using and the like ghost hunting equipment they're using, and
all
like,
really standard stuff, like EMFs and then blah, 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 like ghost stuff. And not a whole ton happens except for some fake outs in the first half an hour. One that comes to mind is TC is on the phone with his wife at one point because his daughter wants to talk to him, and there's like a wheelchair in the middle of the hallway, and he's like, oh shit, when did this get here? Like,
it's like, how did we miss this?
Yeah, Lance is gonna freak out when he sees this. It's awesome. And then he's on the phone and he's like, he
sets the camera down so the camera is looking at him walking around and the wheelchair in the background.
Yep. And he's like to his daughter, like, oh, there's no such thing as monsters, and even if there were, like, why would they want to bother you in your house and stuff? And I'm like, oh shit,
I would come and fight them.
Because like I think like the whole dialogue and situation is like totally setting up the wheelchair to move, but then it doesn't. And I don't know.
It does.
Does it? And
it moves very, very slightly, and he doesn't notice it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a really small, subtle thing. And I
and then like right after that, he walks into another room and the door slams behind him.
Yeah.
Which is the first like. Those two things are the first paranormal things that happen. They happen like 30 minutes into the movie. And like 15 minutes before that is suspense. Of them just kind of walking around and setting stuff up and you expecting something to happen.
Right, yeah. The two best things that this movie does are suspense and like the building as a character, Yeah. I feel like, or the setting, I guess, the setting is
like
strong.
The atmosphere.
Atmosphere is strong, yeah. And the little, like, manipulation. Some of the scares, like, manipulations are pretty cool. But some of them are pretty cheap. And the characters are pretty...
It's mixed. The characters are pretty bland and, like, not super noteworthy and kind of uninteresting and not super likable. But I think their acting is pretty good. Like, they portray their emotions really well. Yeah. So they feel believable, but they just don't feel very interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pin it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine because you don't need to root for the characters in a movie like this where it's not character-driven, really. It's, like, ghost-driven.
It's like a what would you do kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're supposed to put yourself in their shoes.
So, and it also makes it, like, more enjoyable when they're slowly picked off,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Even though it takes a long time for them to get picked off.
Yeah, I think that's part of the kind of the suspense. Like, you keep expecting them to die, but they
Right.
don't just yet.
Yeah. 'Cause,
And I have mixed feelings about that, because near the end, it drags on for really long,
oh, yeah.
and it's not super necessary at that point.
Yeah, but, it gets to the point where, like, after all this weird stuff happening, weird stuff starts happening. Like, an invisible figure. I think the word they used in the movie, manipulates Sasha's hair.
Yeah, like after the door slams, they TC, the camera guy, comes to get the other guys to investigate, and while they're investigating, the ghost manipulates Sasha's hair, and she freaks the fuck out, understandably.
And they're like, okay, we're just gonna chill until 6.
Yeah. They get lost in the halls for a bit, and when they like finally get back, well, they try to get the ghost to like contact them again, and I don't think it does. They just like, it just fucks off.
Yeah.
And Houston, leather guy, is like, maybe it had its fun and it's leaving, because he obviously wants to leave, so he's trying to convince them that the ghost is done fucking with them and that they should go back to the lobby. So that they get lost for a while and then end up back at the lobby, and while they're doing this, they're trying to use their walkie-talkie to talk to Matt, who is at the surveillance cameras alone, just watching them. And that's their first indication that it's very easy to get lost, and the walkie-talkies don't work here very well.
Yeah.
Either for distance or for supernatural reasons.
Yeah, so they're just gonna wait, but when they're like getting stuff together, like Matt disappears while getting his cameras.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one halfway bites the dust, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of his first, like, you expect them to find him dead eventually.
Right, yeah.
He goes and, there was, like, on an upper floor, there's a window that the guy, what would you call that? I'm losing the word for whatever he is. Like, land keeper.
Caretaker?
Guy. Caretaker.
Yeah.
The caretaker talks about how the window, he closes it nice and shut, and every once in a while he comes back and it's wide open. And of course, like, the Matt goes up to that camera to get it, and the window's open. He's like, that's weird. And
sure
he tries
is.
And then he's lost after that. Like, he's like, that's weird. Hey guys, come look at this, and no one responds. So he leaves and gets lost. And while they're looking, he goes missing, so they start trying to look for them, I think. And while they're looking for them, TC goes up the stairs calling his name, and he gets pushed down the stairs by a ghost.
Yeah.
And, like, he takes a long fall.
Yeah.
And, like, should have broken his neck.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, he says, like, I could have broken your neck, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. It's, like, it's very visceral. Because, like, the camera's falling with him.
Yeah, I kind of expected him to have broken something, because when he's on the ground, he's, like,
he's in pain.
Yeah.
And he can, like, barely get up. It's
right.
like, oh, he definitely broke an arm or a leg or something.
Yeah. But no, he's completely mobile, just, like, bruised, I guess.
Yeah, he's just kind of beaten up.
Yeah. Admittedly, the human body can be like that, I guess. You know,
it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it does be like that sometimes. Sometimes you break all your bones, and sometimes you don't break any of your bones.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Every day I break none of my bones, but one of these days I'm going to break all of my bones.
Just waiting for it to come.
What a horrifying thing to say.
That's the prophecy. I went to a fortune teller once, and that's all she told me.
One day you will break all your bones. Great. There's some of those bones that I need to, like, not be broken. Well,
yeah,
all of them I kind of need to not be broken, but some more than others, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it just depends on what your needs are.
If my skull breaks, that's a problem.
Yeah. If you don't need to be alive, it doesn't matter.
I guess.
You see, it's all perspective.
I guess so. I guess you're technically right.
I am.
And this is kind of the first time that we have like weird time stuff happening. Because it gets to like around 8 a.m. and the caretaker hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah.
And Lance is all like, the sun should have been up at like 7 and it's pitch black outside. Like we're looking out the windows and it's pitch black outside.
Yeah. They try to escape a few times, and they break the door that they locked themselves because they were doing a lockdown. They break that door down, and it just leads to more of the hospital. And they're like, okay, maybe we locked the wrong door. But they look at the door, and it has the graffiti from the beginning that says "Death awaits" on it. So they're like, uh-oh.
It's pretty great, actually. I kind of love this.
It's good.
Sort of house distorting or building distorting stuff. You said Blair Witch when we were watching the movie. It definitely it's definitely less subtle than the Blair Witch is.
Absolutely, but it's definitely got that same vibe of like, if the Blair Witch forest was a building instead of a forest.
Yeah, totally. I got more like House of Leaves vibes because that space distortion is a bit more on the nose.
Yeah, I haven't read House of Leaves.
That's fine.
So I should, but I probably
it's good,
won't.
Yeah, but it's a lot of just. We'll get to the. It's cool. I think my favorite part is the disappearing stairwell. When we get to that part, I think that's coming up even.
It's like a few things down. They open their, like, TC went to get a sandwich, and when they opened their coolers, everything was rotted and had like maggots all over it. Yeah,
at that point it was like 1 p.m. I think. Or 8. I think it was 8 p.m. even, because they were like, we just decided to sleep.
Was just before. That was just before they look for the fire exit.
Yeah. And everything's rotted, which is like, I mean, it's been almost a day, but not enough.
Yeah, definitely not enough for there to be like full like maggots.
Right. Yeah,
just
fully grown
wriggling
maggots
around in their food and making it smell extremely bad.
Yeah. So that's fun.
But yeah, there are a couple different things where they like have an idea to go somewhere and try to escape, and they go there and it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Which they keep getting surprised by.
Yeah.
And I kind of understand it, because it's like, you just have to hope that it works when you're in that situation. But also, it happened to you like 3 times already.
Right, exactly. You would expect more like disappointment instead of like shock or like anger,
Yeah, or fear.
Or fear, right. Like the first time, that's spooky, but like, I feel like a stairwell disappearing is the less extreme version of the hospital continuing when you open a door,
Yeah, when you open the door that is supposed to be exit and there's more hospital, that's a little bit more terrifying.
Yeah. But that being said, I still like the stairwell disappearing more.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's just a solid wall.
Right.
Like, they go up the stairway and there's the sign that says, like, fire exit. And he's excited, and he goes around, and it's just a wall. It's not a door that doesn't open or anything. It's just a solid wall.
Yeah.
And he tries to, taps on it to see how thick it is, and it's, completely solid.
Right. They talk about like how it looks like it was there for a while, like as long as
they try to figure out like, was this put in by somebody? Did it appear or?
Yeah. Even if it was put in by somebody, you would hear that, right?
Yeah.
It's construction.
Hopefully.
And also like it would still be like, I don't know, that stuff needs to like set, right? I don't know. I know nothing about constructing walls.
If you wanted to put a fake wall, you could just put some drywall there, and that wouldn't have to like set. It would just be plaster.
Sure, but like you could just punch through some drywall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like, that first step of like, can we just push through this, or is it? But nope, it's just an actual wall.
Yep.
So at that point, they hear Matt screaming, and they try to find him. But they can't. So it's kind of a fake out in that sense, that it's like, oh, something's coming to a head, but nothing happens. They go into a room that has a hospital bed, and it starts floating, and that freaks them out a lot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's an unnatural thing, I guess.
Things don't do that.
Yeah. That's one of the things where it's like, that by itself isn't scary, but I understand why they're scared of it.
Yeah, it's hard to be scared of a lot of these things happening when you're like sitting in the comfort of your own home, which is like kind of.
There's also a lot of stuff where it isn't that, like, you see that and it's like, oh, that is creepy, that is cool.
Right. Yeah. It definitely. It has like half really good ideas and half just okay ideas.
Exactly.
Like and I feel like some of the cheaper scares cheapen the better ones, but
yes.
It's I mean, it's fun, but also could be better.
It definitely brings it down.
Yeah, for sure. While they're sleeping, right? Sasha gets hello scratched into her back.
Yeah, and which is pretty creepy, interesting.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I think at that point too, Lance tries to use the walkie-talkie to contact Matt again because he thinks he hears him, and he hears him and he says like it's like freezing cold.
Yeah.
But they don't get anything else out of him before it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
The connection breaks, and they go looking for him, and they see a figure running through the hallway, which that itself I thought was kind of a cool scare because it's very vague. Like, you can't quite tell what it is.
Yeah, but
that shit's always good.
What it leads up to is so corny.
Exactly. It's just a spooky lady.
She's just standing in the corner of this room, and then she turns around, and then her face distorts, and then all this like screaming, like she's like just demonic screaming, and then everything. And I'm like, okay, that would have been. I actually don't hate face distortion like that. Here's my my special effects doctor opinion on this. Remove the demonic screaming because that cheapens it so much. Like, just like rely on the audience to be scared by your visuals alone. And also, she had these dark circles around her eyes and mouth, which automatically I was like, oh, is that the scary thing? But then her face moves, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, if she just like looked normal, or if she turned around and just had like a fucked up face.
I feel like they should have just gone a completely different route from that, because to me the face distortion isn't scary at all. Because it's, I guess maybe it could be to some people, but to me it's literally just like, oh, they went in Photoshop and just did a blotch effect and made it go out a little bit. It's not like there's not kind of that disconnect from what it actually is to what it could be if you saw it in real life, if that makes sense.
I feel like they kind of like struggle to hit that uncanny valley like a lot. By like a lot. Because it definitely looks way more cartoonish than it does actually scary.
Because like cartoonish can be scary in certain ways.
Right.
Like, that's what some horror is something looking cartoonish but looking human at the same time, and not having that uncanny valley. This misses that completely. That's the thing, is that it misses the uncanny valley. It just goes completely past being sort of human to just being goofy. Yeah,
for sure. But then they all like scream and run away, so that's fun.
At this point, Houston and the gang get separated. And he's like walking around looking for the guys in pitch dark. There's a bit of a fake out where he's walking around in a hallway and he trips over the wheelchair again. The wheelchair kind of follows them around throughout the entire movie, which is a fun little thing.
The wheelchair is my favorite character.
It is a good character. And the door opens. I think it's the same door that slammed before, but it opens just a little bit, and you expect it to slam and freak him out, but it just kind of closes before he gets to it, which I thought was really neat. It's just kind of a fun little thing. Yeah,
and then he gets force choked by a ghost.
Yeah, and then he gets fusrodad by the ghost and dies.
So goodbye, Leatherman. Technically the first death, so that's fun.
It was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, he's an underwhelming character, so...
Exactly. It was just kind of like, we need to show him dying, I guess. We can't just have the audience not know what happened to him.
All of the deaths are kind of extremely underwhelming.
Yeah, I liked Matt's death, kind of... I remember liking it when I watched it the first time, because it was kind of like... it was just something that he did rather than something that happened to him.
Right.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
So the gang falls asleep in like a closet, and they wake up with like wristbands on their wrists from the hospital.
And this is like, so there's some moments where I'm like, oh, you're trying to do like a Blair Witch thing really obviously here, you know? And this is one of those moments, because it's like the screaming match between TC and Sasha is like, okay, I like get it, but it's like a cheaper
like
version
Sasha's
of that.
screaming at TC because he fell asleep, and that's why they woke up with these wristbands, as if that's the worst thing in the world.
Right.
It's kind of a weird thing contextually for anybody to be yelling at anybody about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's stress there, but it just...
Yeah. There were different situations that kind of scene could have taken place, and it was more like they just wanted that scene to happen rather than actually having a good reason for it.
Exactly, yeah. They're just trying to build tension, but you need to have the justification for it to be built instead of just, you know.
Yeah. They find Matt after that. Well, just before that, Sasha gets grabbed by the ghoulies. An arm comes through the door and grabs her.
Dumb.
It's kind of goofy.
Extremely.
But they find Matt, and he's in the fetal position, leaning against a column, just shivering. And they like take him away and ask him what happened, and he goes on a little monologue about how like, oh, we can leave, we can leave when we're better, we just have to get better. And it's this kind of on the nose thing about like, oh, he's a patient in this hospital now, and he's being told by the doctors that once they get better they can leave this horrible place. And this is where the overarching theme of the movie, which is that like the object of fear is the horrible treatment people are subjected to in these kinds of hospitals. But at the same time kind of making the object of fear the horrible fate of having a mental illness.
It's weird because like a lot of the stuff is, so there's that aspect to it, because like the ghosts that are haunting them are these patients who are like horribly mistreated, but also the things that are haunting them are these patients that were horribly mistreated, so we're supposed to be afraid of them, you know? Like, so it's
like later in the movie the ghosts become the doctors, but like not early enough, I think, in order for that statement to be made properly. And I think it's kind of an issue of like, you know, multiple people working on a movie. I think like one person had this message, this moral that they wanted to portray, and the other people just wanted to make a good movie that was spooky and
like production cheap. Is like, but you know what's scary? Crazy people. No.
Yes, exactly.
But I definitely feel like that's exactly, because it's confused. This movie, I didn't expect it. Like, I don't watch movies like this for like, what's your social commentary?
Yeah, and I like watched this movie like half a decade ago, and I still think about it sometimes like that. Like, what was that movie trying to do? I think that's interesting that, you know, a piece of art can stick with me in that way, and it's messages that kind of get lost in production and what sticks out and what doesn't.
Yeah. A piece of art is very, very generous to this movie, but I respect that take.
I mean, everything is art.
That's true. No, you're right. You're correct.
But I feel like this movie definitely had some people that were working on it that really cared about that message.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
If that idea wasn't there in the first place, like, so that had to come from somewhere, and I think it probably came from a good place.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, it's interesting. The takes, the way they, it's just very confused. So they just, so they kind of drag Matt along. He's been lobotomized, I think, right?
Yeah, that's the implication.
Yeah, so they drag Matt along, and they run into a room they've been in before, where a woman had like killed herself in the bathtub or something like that. And now it's completely filled with blood. So
they try to run away from it, but Matt just kind of gets up and stares at it. TC tries to grab him to get him to come on, and then the ghost of the girl that killed herself grabs TC, pulls her into the blood bathtub, and he disappears, and he's just gone.
Yeah. Then Lance,
which is kind of a cool thing.
It is kind of cool. Yeah. Not. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's interesting.
And Matt just stands there and starts laughing, which is, crazy people are so scary.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's stuff like that. Yeah. And then just like Lance has the camera on him and Sasha just covered in blood, and I'm like, bitch, don't make me look at this bloodstained camera just because your friend just died or whatever.
Yeah, in the chat you said, clean your camera, bitch, and then he actually does. Just right after that he starts wiping the camera screen off.
Yeah, I was like legit, because it'd been a long, like we said this earlier, it'd been a long time since I saw this movie, and maybe I would have remembered it if they had a dirty camera for like the last third of it, but I was like, you better not, because I'll be so mad, because I'd be so distracted. It's like when you get really like wounded in a video game. We're gamers here.
God, we're gamers here. I absolutely know that feel. You play a video game, you get wounded, there's blood all over the screen, and it's like, ugh, come on.
I like can't see anything. It sucks. I'm like yes,
my status,
I know.
If you know that gamer feel.
Like, it's actually like. Japes aside, it's like legitimately one of the most annoying thing that video games do sometimes, because it's like
I absolutely understand that.
I'm like, how am I supposed to get away from the thing that's hurting me if I can't see fucking anything? I'm bad at video games, so maybe I'm not a good judge of that, but still.
I think that's a completely fair complaint. If I'm being totally honest, as a fellow gamer, I think that you're completely valid. Oh my god.
Gamers unite, right?
Absolutely.
If
you're a gamer, like, comment, and subscribe.
into this podcast.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I can't tell if things get weirder or more normal when Sarah's not on.
It just takes a different direction.
I think so.
It's a spectrum.
Yeah. So they find an elevator, and they're like, okay, this is gonna solve our problems. I guess it's anything.
Their plan is to go into the elevator shaft and then go through like the sewers underneath and go to another building, which obviously isn't going to work. Like, for certain that that's not going to work. But, they're desperate. I guess you gotta take what you got, because literally the only thing that you're, like, almost guaranteed to actually work are, like, the windows or the door. And both of those are inaccessible, so they're like, whatever. Like, my next guess, my next bet would have been going to the windows that they know can't open and making a rope out of, like, sheets or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
that would have been the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But that's also a huge nitpick. But they go to this elevator, and they try to get it open. They can't, so Lance goes off by himself to try and find something to pry it open with. And he finds a tongue just on the ground.
I love this.
It was good.
The tongue is super cool. There's just, like, a bloody tongue on the ground. A little less cool, but still fun, is, like, that he looks upwards because there's blood dripping on the ground, and there's this dude with like blood hanging out, blood coming out of his mouth, and these black
doing
eyes,
like a spider grasp on the ceiling. I think.
Yeah, he's like, and it feels very haunted house, like like those haunted houses that you pay $30 to get into, though. So.
And it chases him around, which is kind of the first time they actually get pursued by a monster in the hospital.
Yeah, instead of just like jump scared.
Yeah, because the bathtub girl like kills TC, but like that isn't like a pursued thing. Like, he's just standing near her and he gets taken. Whereas this guy is actually like chasing him around, and he has to fight him off.
Yeah.
But while they're fighting him off, he pries the elevator door open, and he runs back. For some reason, he looks over and he's like, I know what I must do, and walks over to the guy confidently to fend him off, I guess. I don't know what he's doing. but he drops his like big metal pipe that he got to pick up the camera, when it's like, why don't you just take the big metal pipe and hit the monster?
Right.
Like, that part of the movie just completely eludes me.
Like, have you ever played a video game before? You have a melee
It's
weapon.
just like he's going towards the monster. It's not just that he's like, you know, trying to... If he was like running away and he dropped it, I would kind of understand it, because it's like cumbersome. But he's literally like walks towards it while Sasha is screaming at him to come back, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't know if it's like... I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But while they're doing this, the door is open.
Well,
and
what it's supposed to be is a device for this next thing to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, the door is open. Matt takes the camera. He, like, points it at him, and he, like, laughs at it, and we're like, okay.
Yeah. He just kind of chuckles a little bit.
And then we get a shot from a different camera that's on the ground of him walking towards the elevator, and I'm like, yep, I know exactly what's going to happen. And then what I expect to happen does happen. He falls right down the elevator shaft and then cracks his skull bone. And yep.
And then they Lance and Sasha come back, and they're like, where'd he go? He must have run off. That's good. We can still find him, which is a sad thing to hear, because you're not going to find him in a good condition.
No.
And they see him, and they're sad about it for a little bit.
And then the
Lance,
next
checks
part,
his pulse.
And then the next like 20 minutes of the movie, are nothing.
It's just them walking in the like catacombs underneath. It's not even like, it's just like a sewer. It's just like one big hallway. Yeah. And they just walk for a long time.
And then
Sasha,
they sit down to take a rest.
Sasha coughs up blood for a bit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which it was like a kind of a sad scene, because she just kind of is like sobbing and coughing up blood, and it's like, this is a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry you have to do that.
And it's like, there's definitely a, like, I think they nail like the aura of like hopelessness in this part, but it does like go on a lot longer than it needs to.
Yeah. No, for sure.
They lay down to rest for a bit, and then some smoke comes in, and when the smoke clears, Sasha's gone.
And it's like, that was, there was nothing scary about that. Yep. There's not anything. And then I'm like, okay, so this movie has maybe 5 minutes left of it when I'm watching this.
Yeah. It's like, it's literally, they just didn't know how to get rid of her, so they did that.
Yeah.
As if they needed to wrap up the movie really quick, but then the movie goes on for like another 15 minutes.
Doing just stupid as shit. Because, like, okay, so now Lance is alone.
It's just his descent into madness, essentially.
Which is, I don't know if that's something we needed to see. That's fine. He kills a rat and eats it, and I'm like, all right.
It's like, okay.
That's how I feel about this movie. No, that's not charitable to it. I feel a little bit better than that about that. That's how I feel about the end of this fucking movie. He just like fucks around for a while, and then he finds a doorway to like an
it's just a mysterious doorway, and it's like a hospital like office and surgery room, I guess.
Yeah. He looks into this hole in the wall, and
he goes in.
Oh yeah.
He hears like some crying. He just wanders around. He like picks up some like lobotomy tools and looks at them. And then for some reason he finds like a satanistic altar, like a pentagram with candles and a skull on it, and a book with some like old texts in it. Like, and then he looks over, and there's like a bunch of ghost doctors performing a lobotomy on, I think it's Sasha, or it might just be some random person. I didn't actually look.
Yeah, it's not super clear.
And then there's like, he like screams, no, I'm not crazy, and then the camera cuts, and then it comes back with him. He's been lobotomized, and he's like, the doctors say I'm gonna be better soon, they'll let me go, and then the camera cuts and the movie ends.
Yep.
It's nothing.
It's not anything. Okay, that last shot is so cheap. It's so cheap, because it's like, I didn't need an explanation. I like knew they were all gonna die in there. Yeah. It's okay. Okay.
I guess like technically he doesn't die, but like he is gonna.
Yeah. Right.
Like I guess he just dies of blood loss. I
don't
know.
Or just like of like starvation, because it's been days. Yeah. I guess he can eat more rats.
Yeah.
I guess
And
would
just
have been a more
infection.
satisfying ending is the groundskeeper coming in and just
Yeah.
like seeing all this bullshit everywhere, you know, like the remnants of like their disaster and like what the fuck could have happened here.
Yeah.
I would have loved if like the scary part of the movie ended
Mm-hmm.
at like in the sewer tunnel after Sasha disappeared.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it was just like maybe even just 5 minutes or like not even 5 minutes, like a shot of him opening the door and just like disaster, you know.
Yeah.
But no, none of that.
Yeah.
I'm shaking my head. So ratings, I guess, on a scale of 0 to 5
Wheelchairs.
wheelchairs, what are you gonna give this movie?
I don't have no idea.
Hmm.
Like a 3-ish.
Yeah.
Not really.
I mean,
Like, I want to say 3 because I do like the movie. It just like underwhelms me in a lot of other ways. So I
Yeah.
think 3 is a fair score.
yeah.
But also 3 is still like
Still feels
good
too
in
generous.
most people's minds. Yeah.
I would.
So like 2.5 doesn't feel generous enough, but 3 feels a bit too generous.
I'm gonna put it at 2.5 because 2.5 is like average movie to me.
Yeah.
So anything above that is above average, and anything below that is below
I feel
average.
like this is just a little bit above average. I feel like this movie is a movie that could have been great that gets brought down a lot, but I don't think it gets brought down quite to average.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's a memorable movie, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one
I remembered it for a long time.
That's true. I'm gonna give this a 3.
Yeah, I'm going with 3 as well.
Okay. Right on.
All right, I'm glad I could convince you.
No, I was like halfway there, but I was,
Yeah,
So
living on a prayer.
yeah, despite me getting ahead of myself and actually tweeting out asking for questions, we did not get any. But I think we had a
Oh.
pretty good discussion about the film and cinema in general.
Yes. I think that this was a successful podcast.
Yes, I just feel like this movie was a bit overproduced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It
get
feels
that.
it feels like I said, it feels like an expensive haunted house, which is not
Yeah.
bad, but it's. I mean, if I wanted to go to
It could
expensive,
have been something else.
right? If I wanted to go get scared like I would at a haunted house, I would just do that. You know?
Yeah. That's kind of the interesting thing. It definitely does feel like a movie that wanted to be the Blair Witch, but had a lot of producers that wanted it to be a haunted house. I think that summarizes it pretty well. I think.
Yeah. So let's get into some recommendations. Do you have anything in particular you want to recommend straight up, or would you like me to take the wheel?
Yeah, I think I have like a few things that I've been thinking about recommending, but I'm gonna go with the more accessible of the things. It's a mobile game called Hole Down. So HOLE down. All lowercase, all one word, and it's like $4 on the App Store, iOS or Android. And it's a game where it's kind of like Breakout mixed with pool. So you aim your shots and you shoot like balls that go infinitely until they hit the top of the screen, and you hit these blocks that have numbers on them, and the number represents how many times you have to hit it before it breaks. And these blocks are shaped kind of like Tetris pieces, but the ends of them are rounded like semicircles.
Sure.
So when you hit them, they bounce off at different angles depending on what part of it you hit.
Oh, interesting.
So you can aim your shots in more fine-tuned ways. And it's an extremely simple game that has a lot of really interesting and fun depth to it. And I really recommend it. If you don't like games at all, it's a really good game. Like,
cool.
It's very simple and accessible, and it reminds me a lot of Tetris in the sense that it's a game that kind of just seems natural, like something that should exist.
Sure.
Like, would naturally kind of come to being, and
Yeah.
it's amazing that it hasn't existed for multiple years already.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm a person who likes games but also doesn't like games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And have I got the game for you?
my recommendation this week is John Congleton. Is that how you say his name? You wouldn't know. And the Nighty
wouldn't.
Nites album, Until the Horror Goes. My boyfriend has been trying to get me to listen to The Paper Chase for a long time. He's the lead singer of that band as well.
Your boyfriend is?
Yeah, no, John, what's his face? But I finally listened to this album that he did as a side project, I guess. Until the Horror Goes. It's fucking awesome. It's just like all of it kind of sounds like a weird car crash, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the instrumentals are very chaotic. It's very harsh.
Yeah, I dig that.
And let's see, like some reviews of like him as a songwriter, like he like makes me want to kill my girlfriend, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
So that's
normal.
Very, you know what? It's normal music for normal people.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's my recommendation this week. It's the only new content I've ever consumed. So, yeah. If you want to,
Me?
Yes, you. Well, you already do this, but if you, the listener, want to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/fearbaiting. There apparently has been some Patreon stuff going on, but I've not been logged on to understand it yet.
It's basically Patreon changed their base of operations, so I think they're in the UK now. So when people get charged by Patreon, their banks sometimes think that they're it's a fraud thing because they're being charged by out of the country.
Yeah.
My bank hasn't done this, so yours might not.
Yeah.
But you should check your account to make sure that your payments went through, because if they didn't, then Blair isn't going to get paid by you, and that would not be good.
Yeah, I need to get that sweet, sweet Patreon money so I can fund Libsyn.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to do that, just any sort of monthly, whatever you want to give us, we love it. We love you. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes. $5 a month gets you the ability to vote on movies that we'll be watching once a month. And then $10 a month. Oh yeah, $5 a month. You can also get something read on the show. And then $10 a month or above, you get to actually tell us what movie to watch, and we'll watch it. So, special thanks to, off the top of my head, because I've done this often enough, Michael Kaiser, you, Kit Spindler, you, Sophie, Paul Bechtel, and the cool Sophie. Thank you all so much. We love you the most. You're our favorites, and everyone else can go fuck themselves. That's not true.
I also love you all.
If you want to contact the show, you can do so at fearbaiting on Twitter or fearbaiting@gmail.com. If you want to find me, you can do so at Blair Kitsch on Twitter or blairkitsch.tumblr.com. Where can all of our lovely listeners find you, Kit?
You can find me at Kit_spin on Twitter.
Nice.
And you can probably find me on other places, but that's the only one that matters, so it's okay.
Sometimes you reblog posts about cats on your Tumblr.
I do, and that is important. If you want to follow my Tumblr, where I very, very occasionally will reblog a funny post or maybe a cat, you can go to Kit Spindler, all one word, at .tumblr.com.
Yeah. Yep, that's the one.
If you go right now, you'll see a really good post about the Donkey Kong 64 secret test room that you can obtain by getting all 40 blueprints and pressing A and B simultaneously while accessing Snide's minigame menu.
You know what? I miss when, it's not like it was a part of my childhood, but I think the fact that video games used to do shit like that and don't really anymore is kind of a bummer.
It is. It's good. There are definitely some games that do some good stuff like that, but it's definitely not as common as it used to be. Mostly in indie games.
Yeah, for sure. But in any case, thank you all for listening. Sarah should be back with us next week. So until then, no, Kit won't. Well, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Probably not. But until then, I have been and will continue to be Blair.
And I'm Kit, probably.
And remember,
you can be a fucked up guy.
Sure can. Good night, everyone.